Hey guys, this is Zach and Say What Zach. Oh. Did move the camera a little bit. Kitty commentary's making fun of me a whole bunch down here. She said don't screw up, and I screwed up right at the bat. See? That's what she does. Anyways, she did finish cutting out all the magnets for the American Hockey Leagues, so I do want to give a shout out to Kitty commentary for all the hard work she's done. Yeah. So, only one we don't have is a Springfield one, because I could not find a Springfield magnet. I'm thinking maybe getting a Simpsons one for that one. Because, yeah, there's a couple I couldn't find. So, again, the Texas Stars is a logo of the Texas with stars on it. And the Tuscan Roadrunners is just Tuscan, because they didn't have that logo either. So, we're improvising a little bit. Just a little bit on a couple, but they're up there. You can see the score is a much better thing now than those little whiteboards I had up earlier. Anyways, enough about that. Let's get into tonight's hockey. So, National Hockey League, there's a few games on tonight. Just a couple. And yeah, we watched two big ones we're going to go into real quick, and then we'll go into the rest of these scores down here. So, Carolina going in and playing against the Washington Capitals. Capitals struggling a little bit. They barely beat Columbus yesterday, and then they lost big time to Carolina. Carolina's been playing really good as of late. Again, they're moving up the rankings here, as you can see. They're 1 point behind the Islanders and 2 points behind Pittsburgh. So, yeah, Carolina's been playing very well. I would be surprised to see them move up a little bit more. Andrei Sanechnikov also putting up some points, showing that he is a star player and ready to take that level, that next step into stardom. So, anyways, big game for Carolina. So, the shots on goal were 29-29, so same shots on goal either way. Your scoring plays, Walmart scored a 10:38 in the first from Niederreiter and Dzingel. Then Foegele scored at 8 seconds in the second period, so 8 seconds. That was gotta be one. I didn't look into the exact records. Definitely one of the fastest goals scored in probably in the team history. I mean, 8 seconds, kind of hard to top that. But yeah, he scored from Stahl and Slavin to make it 2-0 into the second, very early in the second. And Nick Dowd scored for Capitals 3:26 into the second from Carlson Hathaway to make it 2-1. Make it a little bit closer than it looked, but yeah, it didn't go well. Holtby, yeah, I have him on my fantasy team. He's such a hit and miss right now. It sucks. Anyways, Hamilton scored a 5:12 of the second period from Foegele. So Foegele has a goal and assist in this game, giving him a 3-1 lead. Carolina's starting to run away a little bit with it, but Ovechkin steps up and says, no, you don't. At 9:56, he scores in the second from Orlov and Eller. But then Foegele, again, he's carrying this team on his back tonight. Scores at 13:02 of the second from Martinhook and Fleury. So, man, 4-2 at this point. Yeah, Fogel's again carrying this team. 2 goals, 1 assist, and that's not. I don't think that's Nope, that would be his last point. So 2 goals, 1 assist for Foegele. Big game for him. Your next one is Kuznetsov scores at 2 minutes into the third period from Backstrom and Carlson to make it 4-3. So again, pulling within 1. They did that a couple times. But Netchez scores at 3:20 of the third period from Hala and Dzingel, making it 5-3. And then Sanechnikov, again, having another big goal coming in. Scores at 15:58 of the third, unassisted, doesn't need any help, gets the goal to make it 6-3. And then Richard Panik scores at 18:49 of the third period from Gudas and Hagelin to make it close, but not close enough. So that is your final 6-4. Again, Carolina stepping up and, again, showing that they deserve to be where they were last year in the playoffs and hanging with the big boys in the Metro. Your 3 stars were Warren Foegele, no surprise there, Hamilton, and Slavin were your 3 stars, which I think, personally, I probably would have given Carlson maybe an assist or a star. He did have 2 assists for the Capitals. Maybe to Dzingel. And Slavin only had 1 assist. I'm not really sure. Anyways, I'm not 100% with the stars, but that's what they did. So anyways, that's your first game of the night we watched. And the second game of the night we paid attention to, more kitty commentary than me, was the Golden Knights and the Arizona Coyotes. So, big game. Whoever won this game took the Pacific. The Golden Knights showed why the Arizona Coyotes are desperately missing Darcy Kemper. 4-1 is your final. So the Golden Knights go in there and beat the crap out of the Coyotes, moving themselves into first place of the Pacific with 48 points. Your scoring place, Stone at 9:05 of the first from Tuck and Pacioretty. Then Gardner scores at 13:31 of the first from Ekman Larson and Granlund. and then it's the Golden Knights show. So it was 1-1 at that point, and then the Golden Knights take over, and yeah, Fleury does. I'll get into that in a minute. Fleury does something with the record overall standings in the NHL. So I'll talk about that in a minute. But Stone scores again at 13:06 of the first from Pacioretty and Shea Theodore. Shea Theodore had a big night for the Golden Knights as well. Then Stephenson scores at 12 seconds into the second. A lot of quick right out the back goals. 12 seconds, 8 seconds. He scores from Theodore. Again, Theodore with another assist. And then Stastny scores at 1:54 of the second from Marchessault and Theodore. So Theodore with 3 assists. Big night for the D of the Vegas Golden Knights. Your stars are Stone, Theodore, and Fleury. And your shots on net are 36-28. Your final is 4-1 for the Golden Knights. And Marc-Andre Fleury ties Curtis Joseph for the all-time wins list. I believe getting on the number, but I know he just tied Curtis Joseph. So this next one will put him past and making him sole possession of 6th, I believe, on the list. So I think the next one he has to catch is Henrik Lundqvist. So big battle between the most active for winningest goalies who are both active. We'll see what happens with that. I would hope to see Fleury take it. I like Fleury. I've liked him since he was in Pittsburgh, and he beat us in 2009. Still a little sore about that, but yeah. Anyways, those are your 2 big games for the night. The rest of the games, that I guess they're also big, but the ones we pay attention to. Florida beats the Detroit Red Wings. So the big thing about this one is Detroit scored, made it close. It wasn't like a blowout 5-1 or anything. It was 5-4. So Detroit actually gained some points. Zadina getting an assist. That's a big thing. Again, seeing him get a couple points is good. Even though they will be pretty much trying to get Alex Lafreniere, who was actually injured earlier in the World Juniors Championship. If you watch a video on that, I mentioned that. He does get injured. So hopefully he turns up good and healthy for the draft, because I don't know how he had to get help off the ice. Anyways, Florida's record is now 19-13-5. Detroit's is 9-27-3. Florida does move into 3rd place in the Atlantic Division, knocking Montreal out. New York Rangers taking on the Toronto Maple Leafs. This game goes to overtime, which was a big comeback from Toronto. Toronto becoming the comeback kids again this year. 5-4 is your final. New York wins it. Toronto needs a lot down that defensive side and goaltending, because the chances of them coming back constantly, I mean, yeah, they're staying up there, they're getting points, but you don't want to have to constantly come back from being down a couple goals, 3 goals. You don't want to keep doing that. So your record now for the Rangers is 19-15-4, and the Toronto Maple Leafs are 21-14-5. And also the New York Rangers, again, trying to stay relevant, trying to push for that last playoff spot, but again, Philly did lose tonight. We'll get into that, but I don't think the Rangers are going to be able to knock Philly out of this race. Neither Philly or Columbus. I think Philly's going to stay in there. They're going to have a couple rough patches, but I think Philly is going to hold on to that last wild card. Sorry, until the end of the season. But doesn't mean don't try. Go New York, right? And Panarin had a big night. I think he had a goal and 2 assists, something like that. Yeah, big night from Panarin. Tony DeAngelo had a goal for them. Mika Zibanejad was on the score sheet. So some of the big players came out to play tonight. So good for them. Next game, Dallas taking on the Colorado Avalanche. This goes to a shootout. So again, close game. 2 teams fighting for playoffs positioning. And Dallas comes out on top, 3-2 in the shootout. Again, Tallis Seguin gets a goal. Again, your big guys are showing up. I honestly didn't check to see who got points for Colorado. So some of the, again, only 2 goals. They need that goal scoring depth to start coming back up, because it's kind of diminishing over the course of the season, and they need to pick it up, because they're losing ground. I mean, they're only 5 points ahead of Winnipeg and only 4 points ahead of Dallas for wild card spots. So you don't want to drop too much further if you're Colorado. You want to stay winning in regulation, especially against teams in your own division. So your current records now for Dallas: 21-14-4. The Avalanche are 23-12-4. So again, I like both these teams. I would like to see both of them make the playoffs. I think it'd be a great series, especially if they play each other, which is where it would be right now if the playoffs started today. So hopefully that stays that way. Next game, Tampa Bay taking on the Montreal Canadiens. Another big game for the Atlantic Division. Again, one trying to stay in the third state in the playoff picture. Other one trying to push in. Your final is going to be 5-4. Kotkaniemi does get a goal, I believe, in his game back, so that's good for Kotkaniemi. Unfortunately, again, not good enough. Tampa, again, sitting 1 point out of a playoff spot. I did project them to making, I thought they'd make a wild card spot, but it looks like they probably could push in and take Panthers out of this playoff race. We'll see. It's a very tight division. Buffalo's starting to drop a little bit. They're only 2 points back, but yeah, they haven't been able to put together any kind of win streak. So I'm thinking the big ones, Florida, Tampa Bay, Montreal, are going to be the three fighting for that last playoff spot. I think Toronto's going to stay where they are. Boston's got this division. Those are going to be the three. So anyways, Tampa Bay's record is now 19-13-4. Montreal's 18-14-6. So yeah, that's going to be the big games I think to watch. Florida, Tampa, Montreal are going to be the ones fighting for that last spot. Sorry, Buffalo fans. I really want you to. I don't have the faith that they're going to be able to do it. Especially with Jeff Skinner being out now. Not saying he's a humongous goal scorer, but he does have usually a 30-goal season, out for a few weeks. That's going to hurt. Next game, Pittsburgh taking on the Nashville Predators. Pittsburgh has had Nashville's number for years now. I don't know what it is, but yeah, Nashville can't win big games against Pittsburgh. That's just, again, a fact since the Stanley Cup Finals when they lost to them. So Pittsburgh wins 6-4, wins both back-to-back home-at-home game against the Nashville Predators, which hurts the Nashville Predators because, again, they pulled so close to being a playoff team and then dropped 2 in a row. Not what you want to be doing when you're fighting for playoff spots. Pittsburgh's now 23-11-4. Nashville's 18-14-6. So, again, big win for Pittsburgh, who moves into second place in the Metro Division. Who would have thought? Hornquist did come back tonight. Brian Rust had an amazing night. I think he had like 2 goals and like a couple of assists or something like that. Amazing night for Brian Rust, who's got, I think, 16 or 17 goals now in the season. So, yeah, guys stepping up, doing great for Pittsburgh. Again, not being a big Pittsburgh fan is kind of inspirational to see so many players stepping up and playing when they need them to. So, anyways, next game. And we'll get into the standings after I'm done with all the reviews real quick. A little rundown here. Vancouver taking on LA Kings. Vancouver wins this one 3-2. Markstrom gets another win, which is good. And he's got, I think he's 6-0 now when he's facing 40 or more shots. He's got like a 930 save percentage. It's something ridiculous. Yeah, he's good when he's facing and seeing a lot of pucks. So Vancouver moves to 20-15-4. LA Kings drop to 16-21-4. So again, LA's kind of starting to, they already know they're probably pretty much out of that playoff picture. Now they're just trying to figure out what to do at the trade deadline and hoping for a draft pick. That's pretty much where LA is. Vancouver pushes into the last wildcard spot, knocking Edmonton officially out of a playoff spot for the first time, I think, almost all year, if not the first time all year. So Edmonton, need to step it up. In the last game of the night, San Jose taking on the Philadelphia Flyers. 6-1 is your final for San Jose. San Jose annihilated Philadelphia. Philadelphia hasn't won, I think they said, in San Jose since the 90s, like 1999 was the last time they won in San Jose. So Philly doesn't like San Jose. Now we know that. San Jose is 17-20-3 now. Flyers are 21-12-5. So Philadelphia again stays where they are. San Jose is pretty much relatively removed from. Oh, sorry. Kitty commentary is cheering for San Jose. She likes both those teams. She cheers for Philly and San Jose. She liked that game. But anyways, San Jose again pretty much well removed from a playoff spot and desperate to figure out what to do and try to figure out some way to get another first round draft pick because again there's Ottawa's. Anyways, those are your scores for the night. Jumping over to the current standings now. You got in the Atlantic Division, Boston Bruins at 55, Toronto in second with 47, the Florida Panthers at 43, Tampa's at 42, Montreal's at 42, Buffalo at 41, the Ottawa Senators at 36, and Detroit is in dead last in the league with 21. No surprise there. In your Metro Division, you have Capitals atop with 59 points, the Pittsburgh Penguins in second with 50 points, the Islanders in third with 49 points. Carolina in fourth with 48 points. Flyers in fifth with 47. Then the Rangers at 42. Columbus Blue Jackets at 41. And the New Jersey Devils at 30. Those are your Eastern Conference standings. Then we'll go over to the West. Central Division, you got the Blues at 56 points ahead of the Central. Then you got Colorado at 50 in second. Dallas at 46 in third. And then Winnipeg at 45. Then you got the Minnesota Wild 43. Nashville Predators 42 and Chicago Blackhawks 38. I've heard rumors about the Blackhawks and Detroit Red Wings talking about trading. I don't know how I like that, especially because I was just reading some articles. I don't know how legit they are. Not a big fan of the players they're talking about getting rid of and getting back. Don't like that move. But we'll see what happens in the coming weeks. In your Pacific Division, the Golden Knights now tops of that division, right where everyone thought they would be at the beginning of the season. 48 points for Vegas, 46 points for Arizona, who moves to second. Calgary's at 45, who in third, which I'm thinking Arizona's going to drop to third and are into a wild card spot at best in this race because the way that, especially if Darcy Kemper misses some time, I think it's going to be Calgary, maybe Vancouver pushes into those spots, and it's going to be Vegas, Vancouver, and Calgary, the top three. But that's for a different day, a different prediction video. Anyways, Vancouver is now at, or sorry, Calgary's at 45 for third. Vancouver is now at 44 points in fourth. Edmonton's in fifth with 44 points. Then San Jose at 37. Ducks at 36, and the Kings are also at 36. So those are your updated standings after tonight's action. Jumping over real quick to the American Hockey League. Again, not a whole lot of movement. The big ones, the Wolfpack jump out in front of the Bruins again, Providence Bruins. Again, making them 43 points apiece. The Admirals, again, have this division pretty much locked down at 51 points. Next closest is the Iowa Wild at 38. Yeah, I think the Admirals, again, pretty much have this they have their fates in their own hands right now. Utica does jump over the Toronto Marlies with 42 points, so only 2 points back of the Americans. Trying to think of anything else really big jumps. Not really anything that I can see. But yeah, that's pretty much where we are now in the American League. So those are your American League stats, standings, all that fun stuff after tonight's action. Hope you guys enjoyed all the hockey. There was a ton of it on today. A couple, 4 games in the World Juniors. You got all these NHL games, a ton of American Hockey League games. Ton of hockey go around if you're a hockey fan. If you guys enjoyed the video, give us a like, subscribe, and share. This is Zach from Say What Zach here, and I will talk to you guys again tomorrow morning.